Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Greetings, Chakabutties! Hello to all my fair-minded friends!
Cobblers to your fair-minded friends!
And cobblers to you too! Hello, Chakabutties. Once again, thank you for joining moi, Nigel Cecil, entertainment entrepreneur. And of course, I love to hear from you when you get in touch by either email or through Twitter DMs and give me your opinions about anything really related directly or indirectly to show business topics across our 4 nations of the United Kingdom. And I respond by giving you my thoughts on the topics you raise, not least to all my fair-minded equitable friends. Now, this particular video, you see, I've got the Live Entertainment Works t-shirt on, and I've got live entertainment here with Save Our Pubs. Save Our Pubs. And this follows on from the video of last week when it was brought to my attention an emergency motion that was passed at Equity's representative conference in London a few weeks ago. Let's just roll back the clock to the last video and remind those of you who may have missed it. And indeed, some of my fair-minded friends have been on to Nigel and said, Nigel, have you seen that motion on the Equity website that was passed at the representative conference the other week that sort of relates to variety? Because we think that the solution would be a magic wand. And if Equity could do it, it would be absolutely wonderful. Nigel, do you think that they can do it, or is it a way of appearing to do something which actually fades out variety? Here's the motion. Have a look at this. This conference is very concerned about venue closures within recent weeks. Broad Plains Social Club, which is in a deprived area, is also closing, having been a community hub for many years, as well as providing entertainment on a regular basis. This conference asked council to actively raise awareness by councillors and any other group which may be able to help, even if it means seeking alternate venues. Now, that was a vocal summary of that motion, and there's a little bit that was sort of skipped over, and it's relevant to this Save Our Pubs and the question that Nigel is going to ask you. This is the bit. There is already a significant loss of work because of 4 pubs closing in Bedminster, Bristol, causing one performer to lose 14 gigs in one go. You may well have gathered by now, especially if you watched the last video, that motion covers quite a collection of venues where Equity members may be able to get Live Entertainment Works live gigs, because it says pubs and clubs and community hubs. I like that, Hilary. It rhymes, doesn't it? Yes, indeed. From pubs and clubs to community hubs. But let's move on. Because if your objective is to help save venues so your members may get more work, do you just focus on what you want to do, or do you look at what others are doing to see if you can join in with them and get more effect? But here comes the problem. What happens if you have a particular party political focus and one of the other groups that have probably got as much, if not more, clout than you have another party political focus? Do you bury your differences and cooperate with them so you can achieve what you both want and save our pubs? Or do you go on your own and hope, well, we can claim some credit for doing something? And that's the question. Because, you see, when you look at this motion from Equity, well, there's already been a petition to Parliament, I understand, through change.org. 38degrees.org have been involved, and the Campaign for Real Ale are involved, and Protect Our Pubs, all sorts of things. In fact, just have a look at these captions. Looking at those captions, you may well say that they don't look particularly party political in what they're trying to achieve. In fact, I think it really goes without saying they'll have uppermost in their mind that since the beginning of 2023, in the first 3 months, some 150 pubs closed for good. And still it continues because of the soaring costs and energy costs as well. It just never seems to end. So what are we going to do? Well, we mentioned party political, and one of the other movers and shakers who've been campaigning for Save Our Pubs, and indeed one of my fair-minded friends actually got in touch and said, Nigel, have a look at GBNews and Mark Dolan at 8 o'clock on Friday, last Friday, the 16th of June. And I did. And this is what I saw. It was a very informative item on Mark Dolan's show on Friday night with a wonderful guest explaining why we need to save our pubs. And indeed, I think Mark is well motivated to say he supports Save Our Pubs. Have a look at this.
The son of a landlord, so this runs very deep for me. My dad ran a pub in Camden for 4 decades with my mum.
Mark expressing there why the issue of Save Our Pubs runs very deep for him. His parents, his mum and dad, ran a pub in Camden for some 4 decades. Save Our Pubs. And GB News have been going on for some considerable time with this particular campaign, and so have the other organisations. Which begs the question, is Equity with their motion from a few weeks ago now, an emergency motion, coming a little bit late to the dinner table? So, representing all their members, wouldn't it be a sort of good idea to combine with everyone else and use Equity's expertise to give a fillip to the campaign? But that question. GB News is regarded as an organisation that's somewhat right-wing in the way it chooses their topics and what they talk about. But Equity equally is regarded by some as being a radical, progressive, socialist, focused organisation now in the way it campaigns. Two opposites. But they are both focusing on the same outcome. Save our pubs. So should they join together? Should they come together? Can somebody motivate them to say, hey, set aside our political differences in the way we campaign and focus on behalf of the members and focus on behalf of the community, those that use the pubs, and help the landlords of the pubs. Save our pubs. So that's the question. What do you think Equity should do? Should they join with GB News? And for that matter, Hilary, yes, should GB News join with Equity and have a campaign to save our pubs? I hope it comes to fruition because it's such a wonderful community environment, the pub, isn't it? But having said that, Hilary, what have we got? Ah, yes, Jokeroonie time. And Hillary usually chooses a topic. Jokeroonie, Hillary. Now, what has Hillary got for me, moi, this time? Where are we, Hillary? This one? You've got a whole pile here. What? Oh, Hillary. Oh, you are. Now, this is an old one. I'm almost ashamed to say this one, Hillary. But it does relate to pubs and things. So are you ready for this one? And this is a real oldie. Yes. Why didn't the bartender serve the ghost? You must know this one. Why didn't the bartender serve the ghost? Because they didn't serve spirits. Oh, Hillary, we'll have to do better. But thank you for joining moi, Nigel. And if you have any comments or you want to join the campaign, Save Our Pubs, please get in touch because we'll talk about anything related to show business in an info entertainment way. And until we meet again, as I always say, from our Shakespearean strawberries, love to everyone. And please, I hope no ghosts come and want to be served. Bye for now.